Hey, I want to tell you a story about a young man that I went to high school with named Aaron. Aaron was a good kid, but quickly got mixed up in the wrong crowd around middle school. You see, some friends influenced him. Before you know it, Aaron started smoking weed and getting involved in the drug lifestyle and the party lifestyle, and it continued with him all the way into high school, where around sophomore year, he became known as the school party animal. Which that translated after a couple years to I'm just a junkie now and substances are my way of life and I don't know how to live without substance anymore. This is who Aaron was. See, it's really sad to hear about a good kid who ended up this way. And by senior year, if there was a party, he went to it. He never said no. And one night he got invited to a party in a nightclub. And this was Aaron's whole life. So of course he went. And it was business as usual. But sort of about an hour into it or so, he started to realize that I don't feel good. So he told his friends, I'm gonna go sit in the lobby and get some rest and try to recoup. And then a few minutes of sitting out there, he began to realize that his heart was beating out of his chest, he was losing his breath, and his eyesight was fading and body clenching up, and he was realizing, oh no, I'm experiencing the onset of an overdose on drugs. What am I gonna do? So with a little bit of life that he has left in his body, a little bit of breath that he has left in his body, he begins to beg this friend that he's with to take him to the hospital, and she wouldn't do it. So now here Aaron is, alone to die. Nobody cares. He's thinking to himself, I'm going to die in this lobby. Nobody cares. Nobody notices. So what would you do in that moment? Probably exactly what Aaron did. And silently to himself, he began to cry out and say, God, please don't. Please don't let me die. Thankfully, that night, Aaron didn't die. But unfortunately, Aaron went further and further into a self-destructive lifestyle. I mean, think about it. His friend was going to let him die, so why should he care about his life? So he went further and further and further and found himself alone, feeling like nobody cared about him. And you see, I believe this, that all across the schools in Arizona, there are so many more students like Aaron that are at their wits' end, that are at rock bottom, don't know where to go, and need help. So this is the problem that we face. And I believe this. I believe that God has called my wife, Brittany, and I to lead Arizona Youth Alive, where our vision is to see every student like Aaron and every school reached for Jesus. You see, we've been doing this now for almost 2 years, and God's done some amazing things. And the way we function as Arizona Youth Alive is this. We want to see a life-giving club in every school where students are able to hear the gospel on a weekly basis, to receive prayer, and to find a godly community. So we work with churches to recruit and to release students as leaders into their campus, where we want to see first-time salvation and connection to a local church. Already, we've seen about 50 campus clubs launched all across the state, and students are getting saved in those schools. They're getting saved in those campus clubs. As well, we work with churches to do what we call a 7-project school assembly outreach, where we go into a school in the morning, team up with the church, and we go into a school and we do a school assembly around the idea of leadership, around the idea of character building, and some social topics the school requests. And then that night, we invite students back to an evening rally where we preach the gospel. And already we've seen a number of students accept Jesus Christ right on the school campus. This is what we believe God is calling us to do. So I wonder, would you be willing to partner with us as we reach every student in every school? Because here's the thing, we can't do this without faithful donors who give and support us, whether on a monthly basis or a one-time gift. We cannot do this without you. So would you consider making a donation, making an investment into the lives of teenagers all across Arizona, and together we can reach every student in every school. So how do you do that? We go to giving.ag.org. The link will be in the description below, and then you can sign up to either give monthly, or you can sign up to give a one-time donation. And every gift matters. If your gift is $25 or $2,500, it matters and it makes a difference. Would you invest into the lives of students? So, do you want to know what happened to Aaron? You see, there was this kid at our school, his name was Drake. Drake was not someone that I don't think anybody would classify as a cool kid. But Drake loved Jesus and he loved people. Around junior year, he got a car, and every day he would get in his car and he'd pray in front of the school for the first 30 minutes of the day. And after about a year of doing that, he kind of became known as the school prayer person, pastor, and it was awesome. He had a ministry on campus of some of the roughest kids in the school. It was amazing what God was using him to do. He was a student reaching students. And one day, in the midst of all of this, Aaron got to school 30 minutes early. He didn't know what to do. He didn't have anyone to hang out with, so he knew he wanted to get away from the life he was living, so he knew Drake was there. So he thought, what do I have to lose? So he went up into Drake's car and he sat with him. And that interaction changed the course of Aaron's life forever. You see, that morning, Drake said, what if I give you a ride to school in the morning? Would that be helpful? Or actually, what if I gave you a ride home from school as well? And Aaron thought to himself, yes, I need that. Would you do that for me? Because you see, rides were a big way he got in trouble or got into things he didn't want to do. And so Drake was offering him a way out. So for the last 3 months of high school, Aaron began to see life through sober eyes for the first time in nearly 10 years. Not only that, he began to think, if this is the life that Jesus brings to people, maybe I want it by watching Drake's life. And so before they graduated high school, February 8th, 2009, Aaron gave his life to Jesus Christ and then walked the line that May completely sober. Went on that summer to go on a mission trip and see God move in his life, and moved on to go to a Bible school and felt the call of God at the ministry in his life. And fast forward a couple years, and then he moved to Arizona and got married. And now Aaron is sitting right in front of you, asking you if you would invest in Aaron's across Arizona. You see, my name is Christian Aaron Chambliss. I am the product of a student reaching a student. We want to empower students all across this great state to reach other students. Would you make an investment? If you can give on a monthly basis, God bless you. If you can give on a one-time gift, it means the world to us. Would you help us reach every student in every school?